again everyone, thank you for clicking on the video today. What I've got here is a cord with beads on it. Just hold that up, hope the camera's picking that up. And I know I usually say the same thing, that they're easy to make. These are very easy to make and they're so effective and they look great hanging from your journals, and you don't have to do a lot of individual sewing on of the beads. So I'll show you how I made it, but we need the basics of a simple cord first. I know a lot of people already know how to do that, but in case there's anybody who doesn't know how to make a cord, I'm just going to make one like this first. It'll only take a minute or so, just to show you how to do the basic cord, and then we'll move on to the one with the beads. Alright, I've got 3 different yarns. Now you can use yarn for this, you can use embroidery floss, you could use string, you can use fabric strips. There's lots of things you could use. And you'll need one of these clips, unless you've got somebody in the house with you to hold on to one end for you. You'll need a clip. Okay, and I'm just going to take the 3 together like this. Now you can use more than 3. You can use as many as you like. So if you use just sewing thread, you can have dozens and make a really detailed, colourful cord. But I'm just going to use 3. And tie a knot in one end, like that. And then I'm going to use this clip, and I know I'm going to be off camera, so I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm just going to clip this onto the edge of my table with this clip so that it's attached and I can pull on it. So there we are. Sorry about that. If I can get this across today to you, it'll be a miracle, because it's something that I really need a very wide lens or a different kind of setup altogether. But anyway, I'll just make a short one. You'll get the idea, and you can make yours as long as you like. You can make it all the way across the room if you want. So we'll just make it up to about here. So I've got the 3 together, they're all the same length. I'll just chop them off. I'll tie another knot in that end. Sorry. There we go. Now, you're going to need a pencil or something like a pencil. And you just put the pencil where the knot is there in the yarn, about halfway along the pencil, and just hold it in your hand and twist it around like a helicopter. Now I'm going to be off camera a little bit, I think. But if you keep your eye on the yarn, you'll see it getting more and more twisty as the more I turn. Like that. Now if you're more ambitious, or you want to make a lot of cords, you could actually put a teacup hook in the end of a electric drill and attach it to the drill and use the electric drill to do it, which will twist it up in just seconds. But I thought that was a bit too elaborate for today, so I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way. So once you've got lots of turns which make twists in the yarn, you can just stop and just let it go, and if it starts to curl up as tight as you want it to look, then you've done enough. If you'd like it a little tighter, just put a few more twists in it. Once you're happy with it, put your finger in the middle and take one end over to the other end. This is where I have to undo it from the table. And then you can just, let me find the middle again, like that. You can just let it go, like that. And it will curl up all by itself for you. You can see that. And then you have to tie a knot in it so it doesn't come undone. So there's how you do a basic cord. Okay, so we're moving on now to the one with the beads on, which is a little more involved, but not much. And I'm going to get, again, 3 different yarns. I'm going to use this black one that's got a sparkle in it. And a plain purple one. And this one that's, where's the other one? Yeah. This one that looks like a ribbon, but it's actually a knitting yarn. And tie the 3 together. Like so. Again, I could make it a lot longer, but just for the sake of the camera, I'm just going to make it quite short. And probably these ones are long enough to be used for a journal anyway. You wouldn't want them much longer than that. Now the other thing that I've got that I've already done, which you're going to need, I've threaded some beads onto some strong cotton. Tied a knot in the first one so they don't all fall off, and I just use the needle to thread the beads up, and I'm going to tie one, take the needle off, tie one of the beads up on the end here so I don't lose them all. Like so. Now this needs to be as long as your yarn, so actually I should have tied it in before I did my knot, but it doesn't matter, we can just do another knot. So we've got it attached at that end, and tie a knot in this end. Sorry, more fingers and thumbs, and I need my specs, but there we go. Chop that bit off and keep it tidy. Okay, sorry, I put my glasses on. Alright, so what we've got now are the 4 strands together. We've got 3 yarn, and one is a cotton thread with beads on it. I'm going to attach it to the table at one end, just off camera, like I did before. Now I'm going to just manually spread the beads out approximately along the length of the yarns, like that. Doesn't matter that they're not all in, identical spaces, just approximately. In fact, they look nice if a couple of them are sticking together. So do that, and then we put the pencil in again and we twist. Now you might need to stop and just readjust the beads as we go, as the twists start to happen, just to keep them spaced out a bit. Anyway, keep going. You'll feel it when it's getting tighter because it kind of shrinks a bit, and you can feel in your hand it's getting firmer. That looks good. Okay, so I'm just going to put my finger in the middle and take this over to the other end. Undo the clip. Put the 2 ends together like that. And then let it go. tie knot in the end so I don't lose all my twists. And I hope you can see that's got beads twisted up in the cord. Alright, well that's it. I've now got two like that, and two like that. Now, you don't have to stop at doing them so thin. You can use other materials and other types of yarn. I've got a few here that I've done differently. This one's done with thicker yarn, so you can see it's sort of come out chunkier. Same with quite a few of these ones. Sorry, they got a bit tangled up here. That was using some gold lurex threads. Same with this one, that was a nice yarn. It turned out well, I like that one. You can use them for lots of things. You can use them for decorating or making your dangles. But you know, I've made fabric jewellery out of them. They turn out really nice. So that one. Now this one has got a yarn in it that's got sequins already on it. I don't know if you can buy it anymore. I've got quite a lot of it left over because I bought a lot when it was in fashion. But try and get some if you haven't got any, because that makes a really nice different kind of cord. I do think we have some in the shop actually. In some of the fibre packs that I made up, some of the packs will have this yarn in, because I've been using them when I make up the fibre packs. This one's another pretty one. You can get all kinds of different ones happening depending on what yarns you use. Now these ones are interesting. These are kind of boho. Made these ones with sari silk. You can see that one. I like those. And being made out of silk, of course, it's very fine. And what's this one? Oh, this one was a chunky one as well, but I used one of those hairy yarns. That one turned out quite funny. Anyway, that's it. That's how to make a basic yarn, a basic cord using yarn, and making one with beads on it. So I hope I was able to explain that, and I'm sorry about half of it being off camera, but I'm sure you can appreciate that it's a kind of difficult project to get into a small space. Anyway, hopefully that's okay for you, and I thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon in the next one. Have fun. Bye.